Hey everybody out there in YouTube land, your old pal Smokey Beardman. And yes, I know what you're thinking. Smokey, where the heck have you been? Well, the subject of tonight's video is just that. Now, just a few key details about me. I'm OCD. I have obsessive compulsive disorder. Things have to be just right or it drives me nuts. That being said, I'd like to let you guys in on something. Tonight's episode is part 3 of Don't Pretend, Be a Friend. You see, not too long ago, about 3 weeks, 4 weeks ago, I took on the regiment and tedious task of playing Mr. Homeless Shelter to a friend of mine. This personal friend of mine, this very good friend of mine, someone who I've known all my life, I don't like any of his friends. Never have. Probably never will. His friends have done me wrong, or they have just been a nuisance. Every last one of them. Every time. Without fail. Without fail. Love the heck out of him. Can't stand his friends. I don't even understand why he's my friend. And if that's the friends he chooses, then why am I his friend? Anyways, that's not the point. Him and his lady friend, I don't want to put too big of a title on it because I'm really not exactly sure what kind of relationship they're in. But let's just say safely that they are currently together in some fashion. I told them when they moved in, like, you can stay as long as you need to until you find your own place. Get a job, save up, get it on your own. I told them I don't want any of your money. All I ask from you is one simple thing: clean. Clean my house. I know that might sound like, what, you just being lazy, Smokey? No, no, no. Smokey's not being lazy. I didn't want anything from him, but since he was taking up really the only space I had, which was my YouTube lab, I told him the only thing I wanted from the two of them is to clean. Dishes, vacuuming, sweeping, and mopping was really the big part of it. I tried. I really did try. The first week here was mental. They were trying to rearrange my house so that it fit their wants and their needs instead of putting it back where we put stuff. They put it back where they wanted to put stuff. And we would tell them where to put it. It'd still end up somewhere else in the house. Now I know this seems trivial, but that's just a grain of sand in a long beach of crap that they've pulled. And I know what you're thinking, like, well, Smokey, if there's such trouble, why'd you keep him? I kicked him out once. Well, let me rephrase that. I kicked her out, but I couldn't stand seeing him homeless. So I told him that if he won't stay and let her leave, then I will back down and I will let them both stay. I'd rather not think of it as weakness on my part. I'd rather think of it as kindness on my part. But the thing is that it just kept happening over and over and over again. It's just things like that, and worse, actually. Her getting to a fight with me, arguing, screaming match, and she ended up calling me, I think, a liar, if I remember right. I know she disrespected me. Straight up, mouthed off to me and disrespected me in my own home. After I was kind enough to open it up to them. And I've been putting up with stuff like that since they moved in. And then you go and disrespect me after I'm being kind enough to, do you a kindness. They haven't paid me anything, other than what he offered. I wasn't going to turn down what he offered. I told him that I don't want their money, but I'm not going to turn away free money. If he wants to give it, that's all on him. I don't care. I'm not going to turn away something that could be of use. On top of that, they ate. Like, they ate enough food in 2 days that me and my wife could have made stretch to 5 days. And I understand, two more people in the house, there's going to be more food consumption. I get that. I really do get that. And I had planned for that. But at the rate food was disappearing and being wasted, no, that's not cool. That does not fly. You don't waste food. You eat food. You make it, you eat it. Well, needless to say, they didn't listen to that very well. My friend, my buddy, is lazy as ever. Uh, I love him to death. Don't get me wrong. I love my buddy to death. He's my brother, man. But no, that like me and my wife, we have scrimped, saved, and stretched every penny we could to get to where we are now, and things are starting to look up for us. We're finally got the money to start getting the YouTube videos to be better. Not this Friday, but next Friday, if everything goes according to plan, next Friday, I will have the recording equipment, well, software, and the editing software I need to improve on my videos. Um, but that's not the point. The point is that on top of everything, I was his main way to and from work most days. Most of the time they were here, I was the one driving. And a number of times it was because she was too hungover to take him to work. Yeah. See, a number of those days I was hungover too. I still took him to work because I wanted them out of my house. I wanted them to get out and get on their own. Not to put too fine a point on it. But that just it. The longer they stayed here, the more it became apparent that that was not their goal. They were not planning on saving up anything. They went out and they bought fishing rods, fishing tackle. They had the whole 9 yards right there. They bought boxes of wine over and over again, days on end. I mean, she was drunk more times than she was sober. And the only time I remember her being sober is when she would wake up and pour herself a glass of wine in the morning. Or at least that's what I assumed she did, because she was asleep all day. They moved in under the premise that they both had jobs lined up. She was going to one place, he was going to another. He got in where he was going. She turned down her job because of vehicle problems. Cool. I'll get you guys by to and from work until you guys can get that paid off. Oh, no, no, no. I just won't go to work. I'll wait. Well, here's the thing. Even after he got their car taken care of and all that, she still didn't go out and get a job. She is actually currently, as far as I know and understand it, jobless and unemployed. Well, here's the big thing. A week ago tonight, actually, a week ago tonight, they took off. Now, they've done this before, took off for a few days and went out camping. And when she found out she didn't like camping, they stayed in a hotel. Again, not doing very well at saving up that money. I shook it off. I was like, you know what, cool, fine. You know what? They've been here a few weeks. They need a little alone time, a little privacy time, and so did me and my wife. Well, now they've been gone a week. Now, normally that wouldn't bother me, but they left all their stuff here that they brought into the house. And I've finally gotten to the point where I've had my fill. I came in here to fix the window that they had broken. Uh, The frame of the window was broken. I had to come in here and fix it. And when I came in here to fix it, and by the way, here is my YouTube studio, the room that I was letting them use. The reason why I haven't been putting out videos is that I was uncomfortable doing it out there in the rest of the house. It just didn't feel right. And plus, I was worried about the safety of my laptop. My OCD wouldn't let me do it out there because it was a strange and I guess you can say alien environment for me to be doing YouTube videos. I've done so many in here that this is where I feel comfortable doing them. But anyways, I came in here, the room that they're staying in, my YouTube studio, and I had to fix the window. Well, upon entering their room, let me say this: while they were here, they did very little cleaning. They did just enough dishes for them to cook food and eat off of, and then all those dishes would be dirty again. Like as soon as they're done eating and done cooking, everything was dirty again. They didn't clean for the house. They only cleaned enough to keep us off their backs. Made it gave us the impression that they were cleaning. I come into their room and it is a disaster. I mean, I have seen 3 year olds that keep a cleaner room than these people. And I'm pretty sure it's mostly her. But I can't sit here and, give him leeway because I'm pretty sure he had his hand in that mess too. It's not a big room. It's actually about the size of a jail cell. But you'd think a small area shouldn't be too hard to keep clean. And they had a big old air mattress. First they started off my air mattress, which they made a mess and got holes poked in my air mattress. So they went and got an air mattress from a buddy of theirs. Well, they were using that one. Still had to fill it up constantly with air. I come in here and it is disaster, disaster, disaster. There's food everywhere. There's dirty dishes everywhere. I mean, there's open bags of sugar. We have ants in my house now. There are ants in my house now. Granted, it's early spring. They're still young and they're tiny, but those tiny ones become big ones, and they add up pretty quickly. We had an infestation last summer, and we got that taken care of pretty quickly. We're clean people, or try to be. We clutter, but we clean. We do our best to keep it clean. But yeah, there's trash and food everywhere. There's crumbs and ashes, and it was a war zone. I got my friend here who can attest to that. She shook her head yes, just to let you know. uh, she sat there and watched me clean up this whole thing, and praise God for her company, because I probably would have went nuts. But yeah, after going through everything, cleaning up everything, and getting this room back to the way it was, I decided that if they can afford to be somewhere else and they don't like it here, they can be somewhere else. I mean, I tried. I laid down very simple rules, very few rules I actually wanted from them. Clean, clean my house. Not asking you to do anything. Not mowing the lawn. Not building a I don't know dresser or anything. Nothing like that. Just clean. Some light house cleaning every day. Just keep the stress down. Do dishes when dishes need to be done. Vacuum and sweep and mop once a week at least. They couldn't do that. They did the opposite of that. Now, when I say be a friend, don't pretend, and I'm sounding like a bit of a douche sometimes, I get that. But I wasn't asking a whole lot from them. Not a whole lot. I've had more asked of me when I've been homeless and needed a place to stay. I see you looking at me and judging me. Knock it off. Anyway, Um, I tried to be a good friend. I really did. And they did nothing but take absolute advantage of me. I mean, every turn of the way, they took advantage of me, constantly bumming cigarettes off me because they didn't have the money. They didn't have the money because they're spending it on foolish stuff. So they needed their cigarettes. So they bummed off me. They drank up all my coffee within a week. And I had like a 3 week supply of coffee. Drank that up in a week. And it's just stuff piled on stuff, piled on stuff, piled on stuff, just more and more and more. And I just got so tired and aggravating. I'm done. I hate being a bad friend, and I feel like a bad friend, but I did my best. I gave them every opportunity, and they just keep throwing it back in my face. You know, when you live under somebody else's rules, you live under somebody else's rules. You're in their house, you live under their rules. It's simple as that. And I didn't give them very many rules. I told you exactly the rules I asked of them. They couldn't handle it. I told them I don't want your money, just clean. How hard is that? That's not even an hour a day. That's like maybe 15 minutes every day. How hard is that? I could do that hungover. I could do that in my sleep. Anyways, that's why I haven't been doing my videos as of late. And I do apologize for that. Things are going to start picking up now that I got my studio back. I'm going to try and do at least one video a week, but keep your eyes open for more than one a week. Come next Friday, like I said, when I have the software taken care of and down, I will start putting out gaming videos. It's coming up. I promise you. I'm doing my best, everybody. You will receive those gaming videos like I've been promising. But in the meantime, the one thing I need from you guys is to remember to like, subscribe, and share. Because we're all in this together. And if we don't help each other out, if we're not, there for each other, then we're in this alone. And nobody wants to be in this alone. And as always, keep your beard clean. Have a good one, everybody.